Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine on the Navy Sports Network. Navy track and field outdoors competing this week. And oh yeah, it's Army on the marquee. Pleased to be joined now by multiple-time champion Eric Hughey. And Eric, for you and your teammates, just the fact that it's an opportunity to compete, regardless of whether it's Army or anyone else, how does it feel to have the opportunity just to compete against someone coming up this weekend?
It's a great opportunity, really. I know that a lot of schools around the nation have been really struggling to find avenues for competition. And even our school itself has struggled with this in the same right. So having this opportunity to go against Army, one of our most formidable opponents throughout the season over the years, is a really big opportunity, and the team is really raring to go this weekend.
Eric, obviously you compete in relays. You know how much timing and precision means to that relay team. With such a short amount of time to prepare and all the experience maybe that you even have, how do you get ready, especially for something like that, to make sure that that precision and that timing is where it needs to be for a critical meet like this?
Coaches said it time and time again, just having everybody with the mindset of being prepared when the time it comes down that you're called. So just being dialed in at practice, paying attention, even when maybe you're not up in that repetition for passing the baton, you're always actively looking at the rest of the team, seeing what they're doing, seeing what you can learn from every single rep that's going on. And then once you get to your time to put in some work, you're constantly going through your head like, okay, what I learned from what my teammate did last time? What can I learn from what I did last time? And kind of synergizing all of those components to the next repetition so you can make yourself better every day.
To that extent, in your mind, what makes a good relay team? What makes them successful?
Yeah, kind of like I was saying, with like synergizing all that information so that you're optimally learning. Having a good team synergy is important as well. Figuring out like where you fit on that team, because each leg is slightly different from the next one. Finding a good person that fits for that specific part of the race is extremely important. I think Coach does a really good job of finding out where people are best fit for their specific legs. And then once you figure out where you are, you're constantly trying to refine yourself to be very competitive in that component.
Now, someone that certainly excels in the 400 meters individually as well, what's the difference, or is there a difference in the mindset of when you're running individually as opposed to part of a team in a relay event?
I would say that there isn't much of a difference. No. I think both races are equally as competitive. When you're running the open races by yourself, you don't really have much to kind of look out toward. It's more focused on you, like what can you do in that particular moment to make yourself rise to the occasion. But in the relay, it's kind of the same thing, but you have three other guys that are depending on you to do your part for the rest of the team. And it's the same thing in the individual event, but it's a little bit different because each of those performances blend into one another. So I was the leadoff leg for the last couple of years, starting like my sophomore year. And I had to make sure that I was getting out in front and getting my team in a really good position to control the rest of the race. I remember my freshman year, I was the anchor leg, and I just had to make sure like that I was finishing everything up, bringing it home for the rest of the guys, and I didn't want to make their efforts go to waste. So I guess in that sense, that is what would make the two different, but both are still 400 meters, one of the gutsiest races out there in track and field. And you got to make sure that you're bringing it every single time that you step on the track, because once the race gets away from you, it's pretty much over. But our guys have been really, really competitive this year, and the years before as well. The 400 has been a staple race for Navy track and field, and we're ready to bring it this weekend too.
Right now, for you individually, what's the toughest part, mentally or physically here?
I would say track is one of the most mental sports out there, despite it being one of the most physically challenging. Just having the mindset that you're going to push yourself to the highest extent that your body can go every single time that you get out there. So just getting into that mindset every single time is what is going to get you the performances that you need. That physical preparation aspect is extremely important, because at the end of the day, the person that has prepared themselves the most has theoretically the best chance at winning. But even the most prepared person, if they aren't mentally ready to go on game day, the person that really wants to win and is going to get themselves to the line first, and they've determined that in their mind, they have that resolve, they're the person that you got to look out for at the end of the day.
This academy challenges you all, develops leadership skills, and no class maybe, in the history of the Naval Academy has certainly faced this type of situation that you all have had with ROM and as a Division I athlete, starting, stopping. How have you surprised yourself maybe in terms of individually how you've handled all of the challenges that have been sent at you over this last year here? Obviously, part of your senior year, you've had, you've answered the bell with a lot of challenges already through the first 3 years, but what has been dealing with this challenge been like here in your senior year?
I think the biggest challenge has probably been trying to keep everybody's motivation high. As it's already been seen, the mitigation for the coronavirus has really kept a lot of people isolated from one another, and we haven't been able to do things as normally as we have in the past. So in that sense, it's a lot harder to convene everyone together and kind of re-emphasize the message of like, here's what we got to do and here's how we're going to do it. So we've had to just kind of figure out ways to adapt around that situation. That's been both on the track team and in the hall. And for the senior class, we've really just been trying to make sure like everybody is keeping the mindset of the mission that we have. On the track side, it's to compete. In the hall, it's to become a better officer upon commissioning. So just finding different ways to attack those different aspects of the mission has been our primary goal. And I think that the brigade leadership, the midshipmen have been doing their best to emphasize that throughout the brigade, and especially the captains, they've been doing a pretty good job as well for the track team. Clayton, he's always a big ball of energy, always willing to give it out to everybody who needs it, myself included. Chelsea, she's been doing the same thing, always there, ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Skylar and Sam, they're always taking care of everybody. If they have something that's going on in the hall, they're really good at making sure everybody's doing all right. So I'd say we've been in pretty good hands with the leadership that we've had on the team.
Eric, great stuff. Appreciate you taking some time for us. It's a lot of hardware behind you there. Congratulations on that. And best of luck to you and your teammates as you chase more this month, especially with Army and the Star Meet coming up this weekend. Appreciate it and good luck.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.